Back now at 8:42 with a special network-wide series, Your Stories, Our Stories. This morning, what it is like to grow up multiracial in America. There are 25% more mixed-race Americans than a decade ago. An artist and author, Kip Fulbeck, explores the issue in a new exhibit in Los Angeles based on his book, Mixed Portraits of Multiracial Kids.
I think that when it comes down to it, realizing that we are a multiracial society, the U.S. has been multiracial since the beginning. Pop culture doesn't so much define us as it reflects what we're thinking about. You have an artist like Cher who came out with Half Breed, and I remember as a kid hearing that song, which is a great song, because she was actually willing to talk about not being able to fit into either world. I was watching TV when Star Trek came on during that episode, the first interracial kiss. When we see people as different, it allows us to do some pretty horrible things sometimes. And we depend on race to make this difference. My mom is Chinese from China, and my dad's from New York, English-Irish descent. But I grew up in an entirely Chinese household. My mom was widowed, so my siblings are full-blooded Chinese from China. So when I grew up, I was the white kid. The first day at recess, they're like, let's throw that Chinese guy in the trash can. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, let's throw the Chinese guy in the trash can. But then when these guys start coming at me, I'm like, no, I'm the white kid, I'm the white kid. So to me, identity has been so formative because I've been thinking about this stuff and dealing with it my whole life. When I've had these forms that says race check 1, I can't do that. I mean, that essentially says to me, pick mom or dad. And as a kid, that's not a fair thing to ask of me. This project of the mixed kids is done because I have a new baby boy, and I want him to grow up in a world where he doesn't have to pick one box. Make people realize that this is around us everywhere you look, and give these kids the place to tell their own stories in their own voice. I think what's nice is that kids don't default to race like we do as adults. And kids just they're writing things like, I'm a guitar player, video games, that's it, period.
Show me your picture. Where is it? Nice. Owen's one of the few Mexican Vietnamese redheads, right?
Yeah.
How old are you, Owen?
4 3/4.
Yeah, you look a lot different here with no hair.
That's not me.
It's a Small World, the ride at Disneyland. That song just resonated with me my whole childhood. And I just always thought all children were so fascinating and beautiful.
There's a lot more acceptance, but there's also still an element of surprise, often.
And it's not that long ago when Rosa Parks was fighting for a spot on the bus. I mean, and now today to look at this, it's phenomenal.
This is amazing. This is just multiculturalism at its best.
Irish, French, and Japanese. Kids don't really peg themselves as anything, and I think he really captured that.
Our kids at the United Nations, they're Mexican, Peruvian, Scottish, Swiss, and Vietnamese, with probably some other things thrown in there, I'm sure.
That's been the greatest part, about this exhibit and the book, is that they all have something to look at, to see other kids just like them.
This is part of our history, it's not something new, and every person's single story matters.
Very nice. And up next, Bare Naked Ladies live in concert. First, this is today on NBC.